Assalamu alaikum dear aspirants. CSS 2023 International Relations Paper 1 Question number 7. Discuss the concept of state sovereignty. What are the major arguments about non-interference in international law? Let's discuss the answer. State sovereignty. State sovereignty is a concept in international law that refers to the right of a state to govern itself independently and freely within its own borders, free from external influence. It is one of the core principles of the modern nation-state system and is recognized by the United Nations UN Charter as a fundamental tenet of international law. Two major arguments in international law regarding non-interference. The Westphalian principle of non-interference, then second is the responsibility to protect, R2P. So first one is Westphalian principle of non-interference, which says principle holds that states are sovereign entities and should not interfere in the internal affairs of other states. It is based on the idea that states are equal and should be treated as such, and that the internal affairs of one state should not be the concern of another state. Let's discuss about second principle, the responsibility to protect. R2P. This concept is a more recent development in international law and holds that states have a responsibility to protect their populations from mass atrocities such as genocide, war crimes, ethnic cleansing, and crimes against humanity. The R2P principle recognizes that state sovereignty is not absolute and that the international community has a shared responsibility to intervene in order to protect populations from mass atrocities. Under this principle, you can take example of Myanmar. As you see कि म्यांमार में वहाँ पे जो मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी पे एथनिक क्लिंजनिंग का वॉर क्राइम्स हुए, उसमें इंटरनेशनल कम्युनिटी ने, यूनाइटेड नेशंस ने एक्शन लिया. तो इसकी एग्जांपल आप कोट कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास नॉन इंटरफेरेंस इन इंटरनेशनल लॉ. The arguments about non-interference in international law are often in tension with one another, and there is ongoing debate about the balance between state sovereignty and the responsibility to protect populations from mass atrocities. Some argue that the Westphalian principle of non-interference should take precedence and it is essential for the stability and security of the international system, while others argue that the R2P principle is necessary in order to protect populations from mass atrocities. In concluding statement, we can say the concept of state sovereignty is a central principle of international law that holds that states have the right to govern themselves independently and freely within their own borders. The arguments about non-interference in international law are often in tension with one another, and there is a ongoing debate about the balance between state sovereignty and the responsibility to protect populations from mass atrocities. Thank you for watching. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़.